Oh boy, I sure do love looking at random videos in my recommendation. I wonder what I'm gonna find today. No, no, this can't be. Why? I took too long to make the video. I had this plan for months. I never did anything with it. I just had the idea. Why didn't I do anything about it? It took too long. It should have been me.
It should have been me!
This video should have been made by me. Why? I was the one who made the connections first. Sure, I didn't say anything about it, but I know more about these two games than anyone else. Look, I got the videos to prove it. You, sir, you, whatever that name is, Fredden, did you beat Portal as a pacifist? Cause I did, and I have the video proof. I uploaded it. You probably only started playing during Security Breach. You're a newcomer, Security Breach. I was playing the original games. This isn't fair. Fuck. I have no idea if this is true, but apparently the first mobile phone call ever made was a guy that worked at a phone company calling a rival company to inform them that they've just made the first mobile phone. Even though that may not be true, it could have just been a lie. That's how I feel right now. Not the guy that made the phone, but the guy receiving the call. Hi, this is Cord. I'm back again, making another video on Portal, and while all my videos have been privated, another video on FNAF. Okay, it may seem like I'm really angry, my day's been ruined, I don't know what to do, I'm so mad. No, I'm mostly doing this as a joke, kinda. The main thing that I'm upset about is, well, I had this idea. I was originally gonna make the connection of it, Portal to Mascot horror games. I was gonna do it after my Indigo Park video, but then after about 10 minutes into writing the script, I realized I don't want to have to read all this out loud and stopped.
Wow, that's a lot of words. Too bad I'm not reading them.
I did find a solution to that though. I'm improvising all my lines right now. First try on everything. I have not watched this video yet. I'm more just making this video about this video's existence. I also have not played Secret of the Mimic yet. After I finish this video, I will play the game and watch this video. But right now, you're going to see what the video would be on how every Mascot horror is secretly copying Portal. Today, we're talking about Mascot horror, starting with how it came to be. Now, I'm not going to start with Five Nights at Freddy's, even though it was the first Mascot horror. Instead, I'm going to look at horror games all together. Starting with some of the earlier horror games, you'll notice there isn't really anything that's more noticeable in horror. Like, when it comes to horror games, most of them have a bigger focus on gameplay and replayability. Think something like Resident Evil. You don't really play the games because you heard they're really scary. You played them because you heard they have good gameplay. You know what? Fuck it. Too much time has passed. I've wasted too much time doing this. I'm just gonna skip right to the fucking point. Okay, continuing where I left off. Uh, yeah, FNAF, it's, well, there are other horror games that came out around the time. FNAF was the only one that really took itself seriously and used jump scares as its main horror thing. Like, yeah, there was Slender the Eight Pages, but like, that doesn't really count. It was using an already existing horror thing. FNAF was original. It didn't rely on a creepypasta. It took its own concept of it using an animatronic design, making it scary, and boom, that's how the game was made. And its success it inspired other people to also try and make a game by themselves or with a small team that used a similar style, since FNAF proved that that can actually work. You know, there are games like the two that come to mind when I think of other Mascot horror games that came out in the early days is Telltale, you know, the one with the toy that's meant to replicate whatever it's called, Furbies, that's what they are. Uh, and Bendy and the Ink Machine, the one that tried to make Mickey Mouse scary. You know what I mean? That could have worked actually. Like I don't remember liking the game that much, but things like Cartoon Cat prove that that could have worked. Alright, what else? Okay, yeah. The combination of stuff with the games, use of jump scares, something like a main gimmick that you use in solving puzzles, having different chapters that release it at separate times, it all combined together for the modern version of a Mascot horror game. And that is the combination of having a first chapter that's free. You have a reason to go to this place, you go to it, you find the gimmick device that's used to solve puzzles, you solve some puzzles, find some lore hinting towards a bigger story, and then there's a chase sequence ending with you surviving it, and usually something like finding a new companion. Okay, I've gotten to the point now. The thing I was gonna say. Oh yeah, yeah. A lot of Mascot horror games are similar to each other, and since they are similar to each other, if one has a sort of feeling that I can recognize, then they all do. And what I mean by that is the actual point of this entire thing. The thing that I failed to say first because I took too long making this video, and that's that basically every Mascot horror game, it feels like it's copying Portal, and like it, considering how well the audio works if you combine it with another Mascot horror game, like check this out.
Once again, excellent work. As part of our required test protocol, we will not monitor the next test chamber. You will be entirely on your own. Good luck.
See, do you understand my point now? Like, it just works. Like, so many things from it. Like, the first time I really felt it was when I first looked at Poppy's Playtime. I didn't want to really look at it when it first came out. It seemed too generic. So the first thing I saw was Chapter 2, and upon seeing Poppy herself and seeing her be friendly, I thought, no, she's gonna betray me just like Wheatley did. And I was right. At the end, she almost gets you killed. And sends you deeper down, deeper into the facility where all the dark secrets about things like the founder are gonna be found, and the discovery of immortality. And saying this is just like so many of these Mascot horror games kind of just have like that concept, and it's just this is just Portal. This is exactly what happened in Portal. The whole concept of the game, like the actual lore of the game. I'm gonna explain it real quick. Okay, so a guy makes a bunch of money selling shower curtains, so he decides to buy a mine, and I don't remember where, and put a bunch of testing spheres in that mine and start a science company. But there's just one problem. Everybody that works there is kind of an idiot. Like, the main guy in charge, Cave Johnson, the founder, isn't some genius. He doesn't know how science works.
If you've cut yourself at all in the course of these tests, you might have noticed that your blood is pure gasoline. That's normal. We've been shooting you with an invisible laser that's supposed to turn blood into gasoline, so all that means is it's working. Just a heads up, we're going to have a superconductor turned up full blast and pointed at you for the duration of this next test. I'll be honest, we're throwing science at the wall here to see what sticks. No idea what it'll do. Probably nothing. Best case scenario, you might get some superpowers. Worst case, some tumors, which we'll cut out. If you need to go to the bathroom after this next series of tests, please let a test associate know, because in all likelihood, whatever comes out of you is going to be coal. Only temporary, so do not worry. If it persists for a week, though, start worrying and come see us, because that's not supposed to happen.
He fires people over small things like not wanting to build wheelchair ramps. Like it just kind of is the opposite of what you'd expect, but it still works. In fact, how he dies is by his own not understanding. He was told that the company has lost so much money that they couldn't afford to buy moon rocks, but he bought them anyway, mixed them into a gel, and it killed him. Before it killed him, he found out that the gel made portable surfaces, which is how the device you're using works. Uses these surfaces. And then his main thing that he wanted to create was the idea of being able to store a man's intelligence onto a disk. So basically what all these mascot horrors are doing, the main guy trying to become immortal, only the difference is that this guy just failed. He had his scientists start making it, and then he died. Yeah, so this game does have something that actually explains something like in Poppy's Playtime. If there's a bunch of orphans in that building, and then all of a sudden the place closes, like, did nobody go down to investigate, find out what happened to those orphans? Like, in this game, it actually explains why this company that had made military contracts had nobody come to investigate it, and that's because everybody's dead. But, yeah, okay, I think I've made my point. I'm not gonna elaborate on the everyone's dead, just play Portal, and then, if you want for extra lore, play Half-Life.